All right, let's tackle one of the biggest, most confusing financial decisions you'll probably ever make. Should you buy or lease your next car? It might seem straightforward, but trust me, getting this one wrong can seriously impact your money for years to come.
So, just how high are the stakes? Well, we're talking about a decision that could literally be a $20,000 mistake. Yeah, seriously. But hey, don't sweat it. By the time we're done here, you're going to have a super clear framework to make the right choice for you.
To make this feel really concrete, we're not going to just talk theory. We're going to walk through the story of a real person who's stuck in this exact dilemma. I mean, this is something millions of us go through, right? And this quote from a Reddit user, HolidayPie8908, just nails it. They said, "Leasing feels safer and easier right now, but I don't want to make a decision I'll regret financially." You can just feel that tug of war, can't you? The appeal of the simple, easy option versus the deep fear of making a huge money mistake.
So let's look at their situation. The goal is simple: get a car. They're saving a pretty solid $3,000 a month, which is awesome. But they've also got $30,000 in student debt hanging over their head. And they admit they're a total beginner with both cars and investing. So you can see why they're terrified of making a major blunder. This is such a classic spot to be in, and honestly, this one choice could either jumpstart their wealth or really hold them back.
Okay, so first, let's get into the allure of leasing. Why is it so darn tempting? I mean, dealerships have this down to a science. They pitch it as this perfect, modern, hassle-free way to get into a brand new car, and you know what? It's a really seductive argument.
And here it is, the #1 reason people fall in love with leasing. Look at this. For the exact same $23,000 car, you might pay around $350 a month to lease it, but $400 a month to buy it. That $50 a month? Man, that feels like a huge win when you're trying to stick to a budget. It's the dealership's ace up the sleeve for sure.
And the benefits just seem to keep stacking up, don't they? You get that lower monthly payment, you get to drive a shiny new car every 2 or 3 years, it's always covered by a warranty so you don't have to stress about surprise repair bills, and you never have to think about its resale value. It's all sold as this beautiful package of pure, simple convenience.
But, and this is a big but, this is where things start to get a little complicated. That convenience, it comes at a price that's often hidden in the fine print. We have to look past that shiny, low monthly payment to see what's really going on.
So let's ask the big question, what are you really paying for with a lease? Because it's not the car itself. You don't get to keep it. So what is it?
The answer is one word: depreciation. It's the silent killer of car value. You see, a car loses value the second you drive it off the lot, and that drop is steepest in the first couple of years. When you lease, you are literally paying for that massive initial plunge in value. You're paying the biggest bill. Check out this real-world example. A $36,000 car loses a whopping $16,500 in value in just 3 years. The person who leased it, their payments covered that entire drop. They essentially paid a massive premium just to rent the car during its most expensive, value-hemorrhaging years. Ouch. You know, a really good way to think about this: a car lease isn't like renting a car for the weekend. No, it's much more like leasing solar panels for your roof or leasing office space for a business. It's a long-term financing deal where you're paying to use someone else's asset. And that leads to this crucial point. When you lease, you build zero equity. Not a dime. Your payments aren't getting you any closer to owning anything. Instead, every single check you write builds equity for the leasing company. They own the asset, you're just footing the bill for its decline.
And that advertised payment? Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg. These are what I call the phantom costs. Did you know leases often force you to get more expensive insurance coverage? Nope, that's not included. You still have to pay for all your gas and routine maintenance. And oh boy, the penalties. If you drive too much, you'll pay for every single mile over the limit. And at the end, any little dent, scratch, or even worn out tires, yep, you're getting a bill for that too.
Okay, let's pull back the curtain on some of the dealer jargon they use to confuse you. First up, cap cost. That's just a fancy term for the price of the car, and yes, you can and absolutely should negotiate this number. Then there's the residual value. This is what the bank thinks the car will be worth at the end. This part you can't negotiate. Your lease payment is basically the difference between those two numbers, plus, of course, interest.
And this is my favorite one, the money factor. It's this ridiculous decimal they use just to hide the interest rate from you. But here's the secret hack. You take that money factor, whatever it is, and you multiply it by 2,400. Boom, that's your APR. So a money factor of 0.0025 is really just a 6% interest rate. Don't let them fool you.
Okay, so we've been through all the tricky parts of leasing. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the alternative, the path to smart ownership. This is about changing how you think about your car, turning it from a constant monthly drain into an asset that, eventually, you own free and clear.
And if you feel that pressure to always have the newest, fanciest thing, just think about this. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest humans on Earth, drives a 2014 Cadillac, a decade-old car. It just completely shatters that idea that you need a new car every few years. It's a powerful reminder. The goal isn't to look rich, it's to actually be rich.
So here's your playbook for buying smart. Step 1, your budget. All your car costs, payment, insurance, gas, should be no more than 15% of your take-home pay. Period. This keeps you from being car poor. Step 2, research reliability. We're talking Toyotas, Hondas, cars that are known to just keep going and going. Step 3, and this is non-negotiable for a used car, get a pre-purchase inspection. Pay a mechanic you trust $100 to look it over. It's the best money you'll ever spend. And finally, the most important part, think long-term. The goal is to drive this car for 10+ years and get to that beautiful place where you have no car payment at all.
But what about those fears, right? The fear of a used car breaking down. Well, let's be real. A modern, well-kept used car from a reliable brand is incredibly dependable. And the most common things that leave you stranded, a flat tire, a dead battery, that can happen to a brand new car just as easily. For like $60 a year, a AAA membership is basically cheap insurance against that fear. And like we said, that mechanic's inspection is your secret weapon to find any hidden issues before you buy.
So, at the end of the day, there's no one-size-fits-all answer here. The right choice for you really comes down to your own money situation, your priorities, and what you want your future to look like. So, let's put it all together and figure out your personal car equation. This right here breaks it all down. Just be really honest with yourself. Which column sounds more like you? Look, if you own a business and can get some sweet tax benefits, or if you absolutely must have a new car every couple of years and you're okay paying a premium for that luxury, hey, leasing might make sense. But for pretty much everyone else, if your goal is the lowest possible cost over the long run, and you dream of the day you have no car payment, buying is, without a doubt, the financial winner. And that brings us to the final question I want to leave you with. Think about it this way. Is your car an asset that works for you, or is it a subscription that you work to serve every single month? The way you answer that, well, that's going to tell you everything you need to know.